Get pumped. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to Ace match. Khaldor, you ready? All right, let's go. Game 1. I used to watch 8-minute abs. Right? There's this YouTube video, and it was doing 8-minute abs, and the guy always refers to you as, "Come on, gang!" Like you're in a Scooby-Doo like rerun or whatever. And you know they have their clapping, and it gets you into the mood to start doing some ab workouts. So I always like to pump myself up by doing claps.
Okay, a quick shout out to the NASL production guys. Could you please make sure that the next time that I'm casting with the Gretorp, he's not having all those energy drinks before the cast?
Oh my god, I did have caffeine before this. I kid you not.
Gretorp.
Okay. Go ahead.
Gretorp.
Yeah.
Wait, let's get back into the game because we have something that we haven't seen in a while. We have a 7 pool by Violet.
Yes. Yes, it is a 7 pool. I do want to mention though, real quick, that today is one of the only days, and I've banned myself from coffee. I used to drink it every single day. I drank coffee today, right before I went in here, and I think that's the reason why I'm so hyper right now. It's almost like I'm on shrooms or something crazy.
I can tell, and so can everyone else, believe me. We all can.
Now, Titan loves this style. He goes for the gasless expand off of a gateway, and he's going to be punished. He's going to be punished like Shakespeare would say it.
Oh, look at these builds.
Okay.
I actually don't get that at all. We have Titan, usually on this map, I mean, come on, how often do we not see a Forge expand on this map? We see it like every single time. And what is Titan doing? He actually builds the gateway in his main base. He starts with the gateway and he builds this in his main base, and he doesn't even try to wall against a Zerg. If you go for the gateway build, why not start a wall?
Don't know.
Perfect.
He's done this before. He's done this before. I mean,
but why?
No say, man. Don't know. He'll have a zealot out in time, and if he has good micro, he'll be able to stop any of these shenanigans that go down. I love this play. Puts a pylon down at the natural, just to prevent any sort of fast expansion directly after this. The big question is, does Titan actually defend against this effectively? Because if he does, go ahead.
That was so smart by Titan is that he actually placed down a second pylon in order to power the gateway. This was really, really smart. If he hadn't done this, then there would always be this point where Violet could try to apply some pressure, because as soon as the pylon dies and the gateway is not powered anymore, he has no idea, he has no chance to get in units in order to defend against it. So placing down the second pylon was really a very, very smart move.
Single probe goes down here for a Zergling. Not a big deal just yet. Titan doesn't want to lose any more, though. You can see the harvest count 19 to 13. And the Queen is out. Extractor is going down. Very interesting that the Extractor is going down. So this is going to be continued aggression for sure. It's the only reason why you would get an Extractor at this point in time.
And this is just so weird. A 7 pool that is actually able to get into the main base and so far did not do all that much damage. 2 probes, that's all that's died so far. And I have to give credit to Titan, even though he didn't wall, and even though I still don't know if this build is good, he was able to defend very, very well against it.
I agree. And the income tab shows 20 to 18. That is an advantage for Protoss at this stage. And Titan is just going to get his Nexus down, and he should get it, you know, relatively the same time as the Zerg, and that's not something that you ever want when you're Zerg. On top of that, the drone mechanics aren't really going to help out too much because he's already nearing that saturation. He's actually at the oversaturation limit, so he cannot get any more drones and have them actually be cost efficient. Every drone he gets here after 24 will actually yield him 0. Count it, 0 drones. Or 0, whoa, not drones. 0 mineral, excuse me.
I'm so surprised by Titan's build, and I guess that Violet was probably really surprised as well when he realized that his opponent is not going for some kind of Forge first play. They haven't met so far in competitive play, so I think that Violet really ran up this ramp and was like, what is happening? Why is there no pylon? Where's the Forge? Where's the expansion? Why is he not expanding? And where's the wall in? And then he's not able to do any damage. And if you go for the 7 pool, you sacrifice a lot of economy, and this is exactly why Violet is now behind. He has had a really huge problem when he started without an expansion, when he had just less harvesters than his opponent. And, well, Titan played it very, very solid. He didn't lose a lot to his opponent's attacks. So that was a job well done. I have to give props to Titan.
Yes. And where does Titan go from here? I would assume he just starts to lean on his opponent. That's the toughest position for Zerg to be in. And look at this. Zerglings are actually being massed in the back over here. We might be seeing a follow-up all... actually, no. I'm not going to say that because there's no additional gas being mined. So if we did have an all-in, let's say Zergling Baneling, there would be a lot of gas being mined at this point. See, the wall off is good. There's sentries there, there are zealots there, +1 is being researched. He has warp gate technology already. Oh god. Please do not please do not do that, Titan. Like, oh yeah, he's great, he's gonna win. He loses all his sentries right there, he doesn't throw down a single force field, the zealots get out of position. Yeah. that would be the biggest QQ moment ever, man.
And a nice placement of the gateway. He's just making sure that there's no Baneling bus coming in, and he's even placing down a second pylon, so even if Violet would go for Banelings now, he would have a problem at hand. And the situation for Violet is really annoying, because he is on 2 bases against 2 base, and the harvester count is roughly even. A slight lead now for Violet, but still being on 2 bases against 2 bases, this is something that you don't want to be in when you roughly hit the 10-minute mark. So we have the hatch now being built for Violet, and he has to follow it up with some kind of 2-base play right now. He's adding additional drones, but this is just evolving into a really, really weird game because of the opening that we've seen. Usually a 7 pool doesn't last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Now, the first Phoenix, hallucinated Phoenix, is going to come out here. And I like this continuation. Oh, wow. This is an interesting continuation, actually. I like the hallucination continuation, but the 2 Stargates go down. So we will have something like Mass Phoenixes or Mass Void Rays. What do you think it's going to be, Khaldor?
I actually think that he's going for the Phoenix play.
Yeah, me too.
This is really, really interesting. Usually with the 7 pool, it's do or die. Either you succeed or you just die. And now Violet's just trying to transition out of it. He's going for the Mutalisk play, and this is the only 2-base play that I can actually think of that would be able to succeed. But we have Titan with a double Stargate, which is the perfect counter to any kind of to any kind of shenanigans with Mutalisks.
It's awesome, man. I mean. He's basically
so weird.
He's basically saying LOL to his opponent as soon as he sees that Spire. He hasn't seen it yet, but it's like the perfect blind build order counter. But obviously both of them are just, you know, kind of, I wouldn't say flipping it so much for Titan, just because Titan
are they trolling us?
What?
Upon building the first 2 Phoenixes, we already have blindly built the Hydra Den, and after building the Hydra Den without scouting, I mean, did he scout? I don't think he scouted it. He's building the Hydra Den, and what we see is a robotics. Oh no, okay. He scouted the Hydra Den. Thank God. I thought they were must trolling us right now. He scouted the Hydra Den there for the robotics bay, but this is just blind countering everything that your opponent does.
Yeah, obviously the robotics bay, or the robotics facility for the robotics bay, which gives you those Colossus. Colossus deal with Hydras very well. Phoenixes do as well, but not as well as Colossus, in my opinion, because Phoenixes die so fast. Ouch. And the first Phoenix actually gets taken out here. But, you know, I feel like Titan, he should have probably done some sort of 2-base. I mean, I don't hate this extra base continuation, but why don't you just utilize your advantage at this point instead of, you know, actually falling behind like what this is doing. The Zerglings will deny the 3rd.
Yeah, the Zerglings deny the 3rd, and I completely agree with you. You face a 7 pool, you defend against it, you don't lose a lot, and you realize at this point that your opponent is far behind. You could actually just go for 1-base 4-gate. That would be the perfect choice, in my opinion. Just go for some really aggressive build in order to punish your opponent, because you know he has a weak economy and he can't just keep up with you. And the more time you allow your opponent to have, the more time he has to stabilize again. And this is exactly what Violet does right now. He is stabilizing. He's stabilizing on 3 bases, attacking the Nexus of Titan once again, and he might be able to force the cancel once more.
Nice force seal to actually block that out, but it was so close for that Nexus to die yet again. And this is the kind of stuff that, you know, you were referencing. These little tiny attacks that are doing major damage, and it allows Violet. Look at this, the supply count, or rather the harvester count, 69 to 53. And that's something we see from standard PvZs. And this was not a standard PvZ. Titan gains a big advantage in that early game stage. Why not go and utilize your advantage when you actually have it? Now that they're a little bit later, you know, maybe the 6 drones that he had, or 6 probes that he had over the drone count doesn't really matter. I mean, 6 drones, who really cares, right?
And this is insane. Violet is now going for the Mutalisk ball after all, and as soon as he starts building Mutalisks, we have Titan continuing his Phoenix production. And that is something that you can't even scout. It is just blindly countering what Violet is doing.
Mass Phoenixes, or Mass Hallucinated Phoenix, is just going to scout out the place. Actually, just 2. I take that back. There's just 2. He's looking. Oh, the Muta count is spotted at this point. Actually, not the count, but Mutas at least are spotted. You can see Hydras are defending the bottom right-hand expansion before that one Zell gets taken out. Titan was able to see that in time. Mutas are doing a little bit of damage, but look at this. The Phoenixes, they're cleaning up easy. And he says, Ish don't think so. Now the Phoenixes can catch up, but the Hydras, they're the ones doing a lot of damage. The Phoenixes need to get the hell out.
Oh, he doesn't get it and loses half of them.
No bueno.
If there was an award for the weirdest game in professional gaming ever, this would definitely be amongst the top 5.
This would take a layer of the cake. But here we go. The Colossus is going to push out here. Thermal Lance is finished, and this should deny the 4th base. I don't see any conceivable way right now. That Colossus just deals way too much damage. It one-shots the Zerglings. It kills the Hydras, I think, in just 2 shots. Nope. More than that. And he lied. Really fast.
He's waiting until the base actually finishes. He doesn't want to allow Violet to cancel it, and he's backing off.
Yep.
There we go. Finally starting to attack. He has a lot of Stalkers. He has enough to take on not only the Hydralisks, but also the Mutalisks. 166 supply for Violet. And Titan is on 146. The Harvest account slightly in favor of Violet by now, with 71 to 65. At the top right, another base is being denied by Violet. It's a very interesting game that we are seeing now. It's a little bit weird, very, very odd, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. +2 is being researched now. And the Mutalisk count is now at 22. 4 additional ones are being built, going to be at 26 in just a second. And the 3rd base is being attacked. Titan is losing a lot of probes, and he's losing Phoenixes as well. There's this Muta ball, and as soon as the Phoenixes get close, he's just one-shotting them.
Yeah, Phoenix doing a fantastic job to keep those Mutas at bay. You can see the Colossus going to town on all those Zerglings. That Colossus is a mentor now at 9 kills. But basically what we have is even bases, and it does favor the Protosters at this point, especially seeing how all of the gas units have been retained by Titan, and the Zerg player over here, Violet, has not been able to keep his Mutas, and that affects him a lot. You can normally tell the strength of a particular player's army by how much gas is actually invested, if they don't have Marines, of course. LOL.
I'm not gonna argue with you there.
It's just what it is, man. It's just what it is.
Look at the Mutalisk count. 29 against, and adding 4. 29 Mutalisk against only 9 Phoenixes. This Muta ball is just so powerful with a +1 attack upgrade at that. The Phoenixes just can't get close. He doesn't have enough Phoenixes to deal with this. And he's going for the main base once again, and he can snipe all those probes. He will take out the cannon with these. No problem. No problemo. And now attacking the gas, taking down the simulators. And how is Titan going to defend? There are the Phoenixes, but he's losing already 2 of them, and this is exactly the problem that Protoss has with huge amount of Mutalisks. Even if you have Phoenixes, they're just one-shotting your army. Every time you get close with the Phoenix, there is just 1 or 2 of them dying to the Mutalisks.
Counterattack happening by the Zerg player at the 3rd, and meanwhile the Protoss ball is moving over to the Zerg's 3rd, so this is going to be a complete base race. But at this point, I think Violet is, looking not half bad, just because he has a lot of time to actually mass up in those Mutas. He's getting Spine Crawlers as we speak. And oh my gosh, are we actually going to see a game where Titan will lose after a ridiculous advantage at this early game stage. That will be ridiculous, and a testament to how strong Violet is as a player.
I think we do. We have 32 Mutalisk, and Mutalisk is exactly the unit you want when you're going for some kind of base race scenario. There are spine crawlers everywhere, and even though Titan is on 112 supply against 134, I don't see him win this game right now. He is trying to destroy the second base now, but look at the bottom left. Everything is dying for Rox.Kis Titan, and we have enough resources for Violet to build another expansion. He has drones out on the map as far as I could tell. So this is going to be just horrible. Violet will be in a position where he just can't keep up with his opponent's army, and the problem is he doesn't have blink. He can't even chase the Mutalisk down, even if he had the numbers and stalkers, which he doesn't have.
So here's the thing, Titan, because he has the probes with his army, he can always force the engagement. So he basically says, okay, I can make pylons all along the path that I'm actually going to go. I'm not going to go for some sort of, you know, expansion. Not going to try to do that. I'll deny all your buildings, and it's basically who can eliminate the other person faster. And right now, Titan does have a little bit of initiative just because he's the one that can control where the attacks are actually going to go down. Never mind. Titan gets eliminated.
Yep. Titan loses last structure and gets eliminated, loses the game. After defending against a 7 pool, the game goes on for 22 minutes and still Violet comes out the victor. This is... this is weird. This is just really, really weird. But cool.
Well, that's game 1 of Ace.
Yep.
We're going to move to game 2 right now. And check it out.
I think so.
Violet up 1-0. That means Empire is up 1-0 in this Ace match. It's a best of 3 for the Ace, so let's check it out. Game number 2 with myself and Khaldor. Check it out after this break.